So I'm going to get straight into it. I'm going to be speaking all about recruitment. Now, we're almost hoping there is a secret formula that will allow you to build a business. And you look at the successful people often and think, but what do they do? What do they do that has allowed them to create, the Jane sort of wealth? And actually, Jane said it today. She covered the basics. Now, any successful business owner masters the basics, masters them well, and does them consistently. And that is key when you are building a business. Now, as we're going into a brand new year, I want you to make your mission to serve, to serve and to help other people. As you're making your goals, you're writing down all the things that you want. And actually, if you just stop and make it your mission to help as many people this year make changes to their lives, whether that be an extra £50 per month, whether that be that they're in a position to reduce their hours at work, whether that be that they create, massive success, whatever it is. If you make it your mission to help them, I can guarantee that you will achieve every single goal that you have spent the time to write on your goal board, because it's the quickest and easiest way to change your life by making it about other people. I've always said, as cheesy as this sounds, that for me, forever is a gift. I honestly believe that you have your hands on the most incredible gift. Why would you not want to share that with others? Now, it starts with mindset. I honestly believe that mindset is 90%, probably 95% of what we do. We're going to have to learn some skills. We're going to have to, learn how to be disciplined and, learn how to retail, learn how to recruit. But actually, if you're not doing that with a strong, solid mindset, then you're probably not going to see the results that you want, because mindset is what is going to play tricks on you. It's going to be what, as Jane said in her slot, when you're not seeing the results, you start to question, is forever for you? Or can you even do this? Or maybe you're just not ready for success, or maybe things like that don't happen to people like you. And actually, mindset is the number one thing that you need to be working on daily. It is the number one thing that I work on a daily basis, because I know that it is fundamental to me growing my business to the size that I want it and beyond. So, what is your self talk? I want you to write down, or even think, just take a second. What do you tell yourself? Are you telling yourself that it's difficult to recruit? You can't retail. People say the products are too expensive. Nobody wants to get started with a £200 box, because you've seen the stats, you have seen the growth. People are buying our products. Billions of pounds, dollars, whatever you want to say, is being spent on our brand. We're up in recruitment, so people are joining. Maybe they're just not joining you because of where your mindset is. So, are you telling yourself on a daily basis, as you're walking around doing your shop at Tesco, as you're driving in your car to work, are you telling yourself out loud in your head that I recruit frequently and easily? And I'm not even going to read these out, I'm just going to say them off the top of my head. I attract people like me that are fun, that I want to be around, that are ready to get to work. I love sharing what it is that I do. I've got a gift and I want to share it. I'm a people magnet and people want to join my team and people want to buy my product. I recruit 5 people a month. Are you telling yourself those things? And if not, maybe start to write some affirmations that you want to be affirming to yourself and to the universe to get you on track so that you can be attracting more of the things that you want. Now, I'm here to tell you, and I am really straight talking what I say, is that there isn't such a thing as an overnight success. So if you've seen my promotion video to this and I'm like, come join us on the 5th of January and I'm going to give you the secret to recruit, and you're like, yes, Lisa's got it, she's going to tell me the secret, I'm going to disappoint you a little bit and say there is no secret. The secret is consistency, it's determination, it's hard work, it's having a goal that you're prepared to work towards. And when you're looking at other people and you see the success stories and people, that are getting recognized for supervisor on stage at Success Day, and you think, oh, they was an overnight success. There is no such thing. And even if somebody joins Forever and sees success quickly, you don't know the years that they've spent building a network, working on themselves, growing the confidence. You don't see all of that. And sometimes we think that success is just linear, and it's absolutely not. So you're going to have to learn the skills, like I've said, to retail, to recruit. You're going to have to learn the art of following up. You're going to have to learn how to show up online if you want to be using social media. But one thing I know for sure is that you are going to have a lot of conversations to find those people that are open and willing to take a look at what it is that you do. Now, there are no shortage of people. whether it be here in the UK, whether it be globally. You're never going to run out of people if you're learning how to network, but you're going to have a lot of conversations. Why do I tell you that? Because I need you to be okay with that. Then when we've offered people the information to take a look at, you're going to have to recruit a lot of people to find those that are willing and open to get started with their business, but then ready to put the work in to achieve their goals. Now, I want to manage your expectations. Not everybody that you recruit is going to want the same success that you do. Some people are going to get started because they want discount from the product. Some people are going to get started because they want £50 per month. Some people might place an order one month and then not the next. Don't expect everybody to want what you do. But actually, your business, my business, Jane's business, anybody's business that you've got to hear from today, have got a lot of people in it that like the products. A lot of people that have maybe, I've got on my Forever Living this morning and seen that people have ordered C9s. I can see it, 0.447. I'm like, oh, they've not ordered for a while. It's New Year. They want a C9. And that's the beauty of Forever. Our products are there for when people are ready to use them. So not everybody's going to want to build a business. Yes, you will find the people that do, but it's going to be made up of a lot of people. And that should really excite you rather than feeling frustrated because people don't want to do 4K credits or don't want to get to supervisor. Now, when we look at building a business when it comes to recruitment, I honestly believe there's a confidence cycle in there. Now, when you take action is, doing your income generating activities, which I'm going to speak about in a second. But you take action, you're showing up, you're doing the do. If you do that, and now here's the key, consistently for long enough, you will see results. It's impossible not to. You take action with the right mindset consistently for long enough, you will see results. Now, I'm not here to say, listen, Sarah, do that for 6 weeks and you will 1,000,000% recruit 7 people. I'm not here to say that. Some people will recruit quicker, some people might take a little bit longer, and there is a lead up time, but you will see results. Now, what happens when you see results? You stand a little taller, you text a little bit more confidently, you answer your phone when you're speaking and having conversations with people, with more passion and enthusiasm, probably because you're seeing results. Because what happens when you see results is your belief, your internal belief starts to increase. And all of a sudden, you look at your goals and you think, I can absolutely do this. And that is what you've got to do. It all starts with taking action. Now, we can reverse engineer this and say, okay, what happens if you don't take action? Or you take action but inconsistently? You're not going to see results. Now, when you don't see results, what happens to your belief is that it plummets. And all of a sudden, you allow yourself to self doubt. And if you self doubt, let me tell you, the number one dream stealer is self doubt. So we've got to be taking action. Now, what is action? Now, what you've got to do is look at this list and say, what do I enjoy doing? What am I good at? Or what am I prepared to learn to get good at? Because if you do things that you enjoy, you're likely to do more of that. So if you pick some of those and, your who do you know list, it's the bread and butter. You've all got a database of people, and we should be using and expanding that daily. And you've heard how you can expand that even just from your retail, from doing aloe bars, whatever it might be. So we're going to be using our who do you know list, which is the bread and butter. You might think, you know what, product evenings are great for me. I can invite a few people around. I can ask friends, mums at school, people that I work with to, have one at their house, invite their network. Because if I have 2 of those a month and they just invite 5 people, they're 5 brand new people on my list. Your number one job, in my opinion, as a networker is to keep growing your list, to keep having new people to offer our business an opportunity to keep having people to nurture and build relationships with. Experience packs. If I said to my next door neighbour, look, here's my products, will you try them for a few days? And when you've finished, who are your 2 best friends that we trust that I can ask to use my products? I'm using my neighbour's network, adding 4, 5, 10 people extra to my list every single month. Contact marketing. It's quick, it's free, it's something you're in control of. Now, some people say, I hate speaking to people. It's my number one favourite thing to do because I'm in control of it. I'm in control of how many new people that I speak to, just as I'm going out and about doing my daily activity. And you can add 15, 20, 30, hundreds of people just from contact marketing. Social media, we live in an online world. It's never been easier to make money online, and you can meet and connect with people all of the time, stores and events, aloe and pop-ups. So just from focusing on these, you're going to add a minimum of 100 new people to your list every single month. Now, what I need you to do is look at those and think, right, okay, if I go back to me now, back to me building a business in the early days, am I going to spend my time at an aloe bar When I've got a newborn baby, then I went on to have twin boys, mother of four. Probably not best use of my time personally. What can I do is I can contact market, something I'm good at because I wasn't good at the beginning, but I've learned the skill. I've learned the art of conversation. I wouldn't say I've ever been introvert because that would be an absolute lie. But what I was is quite inward in that I would just happily be on my phone. I was a police officer, didn't really want to have conversations with people. So it's been a real thing. And I wasn't actually very good at starting conversation. So I've had to really learn the skill of being able to hold a conversation, I'll say. Confidence wasn't something that I lacked, but the art of conversation was. So I didn't go into this and be great at contact marketing. It's something that I was prepared to learn because I could fit that into my day around being a busy mummy of four. So I want you to pick three ideally, or two and be amazing at it because you can put flyers in there as well. But growing your list has to be a priority. I've already said that you've got a who do you know list. You've already come into this with a database. We are paid to make friends. Now, I'm a real people person. I love making friends. What a great business to be part of. I mean, think about that. I've said two things. You're paid to make friends, and your goals will be achieved from helping people achieve theirs. There is no better business on earth. You are paid for meeting new people and helping them achieve their goals. But every single business needs a database, whether that be your who do you know list, whether that be from your phone, your social media, whether you're building an email list. And that is going to be the key to being able to offer the business. Now, let me save you some pain and suffering, we'll call it. You're only ever going to get, in my opinion, three outcomes. You're going to offer people the business opportunity, and they are going to say one or three things is going to happen. They're going to say yes, they're open to taking a look and having a chat. They're going to say no, and that is absolutely fine. Or, shock horror, I'm sure it's not just me, you're probably going to be ignored in some cases. Now, I've told you that. I've told you, held your hand virtually and said, guys, this is going to happen. I've never known anything else happen to me in 11 years. Yes, no, or ignored. So you're going into this with eyes wide open. So when you get ignored or you get told no, don't say, I'm just going to focus on retail because this doesn't work. Because that's what happens. I'm just going to focus on retail because it's safe and I don't want to get ignored. Because we yes people. We like human connection. So when we start to get ignored and we start to get told no, it doesn't feel good, and we start to worry about actually maybe I just can't recruit. It's not that. It's just that you're not having enough conversations because you've let that bit of a knock set you back. So knowing that, we're going into this with our eyes wide open. Now, I am not the oracle when it comes to having conversations, and I say with everything in life, take the best bits, take the bits that you like from this training today, implement it, and maybe disregard the rest that doesn't serve you. Now, I speak differently to other people. So I'm going to give you some examples today. If that doesn't sit right with you, don't do it. Don't do it. Now, I feel like I'm qualified in teaching what to say because 11 years ago, my first reach out was the most horrendous message you've ever seen. And I've actually used it on trainings over the years of what not to say. It was an essay. It was all about forever and the aloe fields and the goats and the Range Rover that I was going to buy and how I was going to leave the police. It was terrible. But I still got to Sapphire Manager in 2 years from a terrible reach out. So my point is you can't actually say the wrong thing to the right person, but I can save you probably more ignores and no's by maybe not doing what I did at the beginning. So this is what I try to stick to with this 4-step structure when I am reaching out. Now, I like to reach out, whether it be on text message, WhatsApp, or Facebook, Instagram. I know that lots of people would prefer to get people straight, or lots of business owners would prefer to get people straight on the phone. You've got to find what works for you. So the rapport stage, it's easy now, at this time of the year. Something personal about them, social media, Christmas, Happy New Year. How was your Christmas period? We're going to start the conversation by building rapport. Now, at this point, I can say, just sit there if you want. Sit there. So, hey, Jane, how was your Christmas? I saw you was away with your family. How was it? It looked incredible. Did you have a great time? Let it sit there for a minute if you prefer that. Now, I'm quite direct as a person, so I would rather just let them know why I've messaged them. So you do what feels right for you. So you're going to sit there, know that you can't stay in the friend zone for too long. You have to then get the conversation back to where you wanted it and what was your initial intention. So I wanted to drop you a message. I'm not sure if you've seen on my socials. Don't say that if you're not posting on social media. See how I said take the best bits? If you're not showing up online, you would say something along the lines of, I wanted to drop you a message. I've started a new business that I'm doing alongside work and the kids. So it has to make sense for you. I'm really excited about it. And I would love to share some information if you're open to earning extra income around what it is that you're doing at the minute. Now, I'd like to give people an out because people are going to say no. Of course, you might not be looking for anything extra at the minute. I just wanted to ask. Simple, 1, 2, 3. Now let's go through some more examples. How was your Christmas? I wanted to drop you a message. I've been running my own successful business from home, helping women around their current commitments for the last 4 years since quitting childminding, and I love it. I'm always keen to share it with others in case it might help. If you're open to earning some extra money around your current commitments, I would love to like to see some information. I would love to share it with you. No worries. If not, just let me know either way. That's a different example. Now, these are a little bit more difficult to say. Hey, Becca, how's your week been? Again, you could go with how's your Christmas? I've been meaning to drop you a quick message. I'm not sure if you've seen on my socials, but I run a business and I wondered if anybody's ever shared it with you. This is my message. I say this a lot. If not, I'd love to run it by you to see if it's something you might have come across. I'm not even saying that they might be open to an extra income. I would use this more with somebody that I'm connected with, maybe don't have a big relationship with. And I'm just here to say, look, I don't know if you've seen, this is what I do. Has anybody ever shared it with you? If not, I would love to run it by you. Something like that. How's life as a mummy? I'm sure you've seen that I run a business from home around my girls, and I'm also helping other mums to earn an extra income too. I'm not sure if it's something that would interest you, but I wondered if you'd like to take a look, get some details to you and see if it'd be a fit. I would love to hear from you. Again, there's no out on that. Why? Because there's no right or wrong message. You've got to go with what works for you, what feels comfortable, what's got your tone, and your tone will change. Your tone will change as your confidence grows, as your skill set grows, as your business grows. I was not this confident or speaking like this when I started my business. I already said my first message was terrible. So you will find your flow and you will find what fits for you. What I will say is you don't need to say too much. At this point, we're either trying to get some information, whether that be face to face, as in a one to one, whether that be we want to have a conversation, a phone call to decide whether or not we're going to do a Zoom or we're going to send some, recorded information to them. It's entirely up to you what information that you are going to send. So that's your reach out. Now, follow up is a whole different kettle of fish, we'll say. You've got to learn the skills of follow up, what to say, when to say it. And you can find that on rolling training. What I will say is we all hear things like the fortune is in the follow up. Right? You hear that for a reason because people don't really join on the first, second, third, fourth, in some cases, fifth exposure. They need to be marketed to time and time and time again. What do I mean by marketed to? I mean you showing up online, sharing your lifestyle, your business, being able to fit it in around work, the kids, showing up constantly so that you are always in people's mind for the time that they need it. Now, remember that just because you've decided that you want to start a business and you're ready to grow your income and you're ready to grow your team, doesn't mean that the person that you are reaching out to is ready to receive it. Be okay with that. Be patient because at the time that they are ready, you will be first in their mind if you keep showing up. Now, remember that inconsistency will be the detriment to your business. So, even when it comes to retail, so let's use your business for an example. You've reached out, I'm not ready to take a look at the information. So I show up Monday, show up Tuesday. I don't show up Wednesday or Thursday. Then I might show up then towards the end of the week. Don't really show up in February because I'm really busy. In March, when that person, that prospect is ready, circumstances have changed, they're ready, they're open, they're willing to take a look at some information, you stop showing up. So what they do is reach out to the person or reply to somebody's story or drop somebody a message who did show up that day. Does that make sense? So don't make somebody else's business easier because you stop showing up. Because when they are ready, you have got to be the person that's fresh in their mind that they want to reach out to. Now, find your flow. What do I mean by this? You heard Jane say if you're doing this part-time, 3 to 5 messages a day. If, when I got started, somebody was achieving more than what I ever imagined possible. My upline, I thought, what, if I could achieve what they had, I never even imagined that would be, for me, if I could achieve a police wage. If I said to you to achieve a full-time income from your business, part-time, from home, for 11 years, around your children, create incredible memories, travel the world, All you have to do is speak to 3 to 5 people a day, and if you're doing it part-time, or 5 to 10 people a day if you want to do it more full-time, or you want to do it a little bit quicker. Will you do it? Every single one of the 300 people on this call will say, yeah, I'll do it, I'll do it. In actual fact, you won't. You won't, and I wish you would, but you won't. And people say to me, but Lace, what did you do to get to manager in 8 weeks? What did you do to, do GLT in 2 years? I did that. I told 10 people every single day without fail, come wind, rain, or shine, on the days I've been up with the baby and I didn't want to do it. Why would I not when the people that were achieving before me did exactly that to see success? Now, don't come off this call and say, that's it. I'm going to tell 20 people a day and I'm going to do it every day in my business. Because if you set your expectation too high, what you'll do is probably overwhelm yourself and then just stop reaching out entirely. So by this, what I want you to do is today, I want you to look at your diary. I want you to see how much time you've got to build a business and then reflect that back to your goals. What are you going all in for this year? And I want you to write down the number of people you are going to reach out to a day. So if you're doing this part-time, Jane said 3 to 5. So if you say, Lace, Jane, Michael, I can do 4 people a day. I can do 4 people a day. That is achievable. That is your commitment to your family. Sit on that. Your family, your goals, your dreams. 4 people a day. I can do 8 people a day. I want to do it a little bit quicker. I'm doing it full time. 8 people a day. 8 people every single day. And you never skip a day. And you never skip a person. You can do as many more as you want if you've got more time, but you never tell one person less because you have made a commitment to your family and your goals, and you are going all in to achieve it. Now, as I hand over to our next speakers, few things that I know for sure. It says one thing, there's quite a few things on there. I've already said it. Overthinking is a dream stealer. Don't do it. Don't do it. And do not let other people's opinions bother you because they will always have an opinion. Do the side business, they don't like it. Don't start a side business, you're frowned upon because you stayed in your own job for 30 years. You're not here. I didn't see one of your goals this year to say, try and people please and make everybody happy because you'll never do it. Focus on what is important to you and your family, not what is going on there externally. We're not blessed with time. Don't think you can do it tomorrow. Don't think you can do it next week. Because before you know it, we're already a week in January now, pretty much. Before you know it, you'll get to the end of January and you've missed a month of the year. Do it now. Act on it today. I need you to know our business isn't for everybody, and that is okay. Because I hear people say, well, it'd be brilliant if they just did it and more for them, they're missing out. No, they're not. They're not because they don't see the value in what we do. Focus your energy, your vibration, everything on finding the people that are open and willing to taking a look at what we do. And lastly, you're going to come off today feeling really motivated. I do. We're only halfway in. But motivation, unfortunately, doesn't last. Motivation doesn't last, but discipline does. So let me tell you about that. My husband is, whoever's unmuted, if you want to quickly mute yourself. My husband is a full-time police officer. Can we mute? Yeah, perfect. He's a full-time police officer. He gets up at 5 o'clock every single day for the gym. Blows my mind every day without fail. He then comes home. We're a chaotic family. We go all in till about 9:30 at night when we finally sit down to eat. He is then doing a degree in criminology, which he stays up till about 11:30, 12 o'clock every night without fail. And every day I'm in awe of that man and I think, is he motivated to do that? Absolutely not. But he's disciplined. He's disciplined. Now let's take that to business. Do I feel motivated every single day to sit at my laptop and reach out to my 5, 10 people every single day? Absolutely not. Sorry to say, guys, I don't. Am I disciplined to do it? 1,000,000% because I know that is what works. So I want you to have a list of non-negotiables, things that have to happen every single day in your business to make sure that you achieve everything that you deserve and a million times more this year and over the next 3 to 5 years. Now,